Hello. Welcome to the third episode, new episode of Park the Bus. Um, आज काफी एजेंडा में काफी सारा चीज है, lots of matches happen. तो ऋषभ, would you like to do the honors?
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, before we
Yes.
get into the main matches that happened in the UCL and the Europa League, let's talk a bit about the crazy victory of Barcelona last Sunday. Sunday it was, right? Sunday
Yes.
night.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday. Sunday.
Okay. So Chiranjeev, how are you feeling about that El Clasico win at your home ground, supposedly?
I mean, I'm going to talk about an El Clasico win, second El Clasico win, but then we have another one coming in a few days. तो आई थिंक मैंने तो एक सीजन में इतने एल क्लासिकोस एक साथ में तो देखे हैं आई मीन इवन
Like
इफ आई हैव
I mean, I was feeling like I was watching the 50th El Clasico this season,
हम्म
and there is another one coming up on 11th May.
हम्म
So
एट दिस पॉइंट कुछ भी बोलता हूँ तो इट फील्स लाइक कि जिंक्स हो जाएगा तो मतलब
uh,
क्या क्या मतलब टीम के बारे में भी अच्छा बोलूँ तो ऐसे मैच आई वाज वाचिंग द इंटर वाला मैच एंड देन कुंडे गॉट इंजर्ड एंड वी वर ऑल हाइप्ड अप कि आई मीन आई वाज स्केयर्ड मैंने पहले भी बोला था अबाउट इंटर विल कम टू दैट बट या आई मीन पेड्री ब्रो What a player! What a player! Pedri, Lamine Yamal तो भाई we'll come to that. But क्या बोले? I mean, I might be biased, but I don't care at this point. Pedri is for me the best midfielder pound to pound right now in Europe everywhere. Like it's not just because he runs the Barcelona engine midfield, but like क्या बताओ? I don't have words. Like some things I can't explain because मैं उतना tactician हूँ भी नहीं. But like you just have a sense of comfort कि Pedri है, things will work out. But the way we won, I mean, first half was totally dominating. But then I told you कि 50-50 chances रहेंगे, which second half आया, तो we saw that. But the way Pedri scored that first goal and Bellingham वाला तेरे को याद है?
yeah,
Bellingham tried to give a pass and then he was like
yeah,
अरे
yeah,
and Pedri was like so हाँ उस पर काफी memes तो बने हैं but then Lamine Yamal and Pedri and every team member actually like apart from I think Danny Olmo but he was the most violated player that day.
yeah. Hmm.
he fell. He was like उसको कितना पाँच छह बार अटैक किया होगा
Right.
and then we came to know कि उससे काम चलेगा नहीं तो Fermin came on and then Fermin so I mean it was good. The overall feeling like from last podcast to Abhi ke liye, it was bittersweet because Inter. But then Madrid was. I mean, it's a Copa del Rey. We hadn't won it since 4 years, and we hadn't won against Madrid since the last 40 years,
Yeah.
30 odd years. So it's a special feeling
And
because
like
last thing is because ki Super Copa de España वो भी Madrid. This one also Madrid. So I don't want to say Abhi कि it's a statement win, but ये याद रहेगा यार. I mean, this I'll remember. It's like that 5-0 win.
hmm.
Right. Yeah, फिर 6-2 win जो हुआ था. It's like that.
and you are talking about Pedri and Lamine Yamal and all those guys, right? So the thing is, the La Masia it keeps producing. So when we had that class of 92 from our academy, it's so La Masia is like they're producing class of 92 type players every year in and year out.
By the
So
way, my favorite, one of my most favorite documentaries, Class of '92.
yeah, so that's what. So just imagine if a academy produces such players year in year out. So even the most elite academies, they produce generational talent, say once in 5 years or once in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But La Masia is such an academy. I don't know the culture that's within La Masia. We may like let's make a video about it sometime in the future
Mm-hmm.
after the season ends. But it's such a great culture because you see the type of players that have come through the academy and then played for Barca. So there are many academies, like say Chelsea's academy, where players great players come from those academies, but they play for other teams, right? They are sold to other teams to make a profit and all that stuff. But where you have to tip your hat to La Masia and Barca is that they are producing generational talent year in year out for to play in their own first team. So that feeling is very different, because if a player comes through your academy and
Mm-hmm.
plays for
Mm.
your first team, that motivation is different
Yeah,
than a.
you see it in their celebrations.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So even I think I shared a video with you, right? Of during, we'll talk about the Inter match in a while, but when Inter scored their third goal, then everybody was dejected in that Barcelona team, and Pedri, he picked up the ball and he
Mm.
immediately
Mm-hmm.
sprinted to the touchline. He knew it was not over.
Mm-hmm.
So to get that feeling, you will have to have Barca in your DNA, so to say, right? So yeah, so
An interesting fact: Pedri is not even from La Masia. He still has that.
yeah, but he's there from a very
Yeah,
young
yeah,
age.
yeah. I mean, he
So
has
I have
that.
to
Yeah.
say that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. So so those guys, right, who have come through that grind of what Barcelona means, right? So they have a different motivation, and you will have to credit La Masia for producing such good
Absolutely.
generational talent every year, year in year out, so that you don't have to rely on the market all that much. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, season के starting से देखेगा तो there was Mark Bernal, there was Casado. Bernal got injured, but then when he was there, he was rock solid as a
Yeah.
CDM. He was an actual, like we could say, he was a early Busquets replacement. He had that flair. But like then again, I like Hansi Flick को तो credit नहीं देगा तो like मैं I want to make one thing clear. I think I said that in the last video also. अगर हम कुछ भी नहीं जीतते after Super Copa, कुछ भी नहीं जीतते, it would still be a huge deal for us. Like honestly बता रहा हूँ, there was no salt for any other rival anything because like you're not complaining कि ये नहीं है वो नहीं है. I don't have a squad. I don't have anything. I have something. I'll make it work. He didn't complain even once, and the players somehow like got what he wanted, and they're delivering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the referee and the shenanigans?
Bro, where do I start?
Okay, bro. I just like to say one thing. Rudiger, man, he is such a
Oh,
character. He thinks. See, there is not hate. I'm just
yeah,
saying this for fun. Okay.
yes.
He thinks that he is Ramos, but he's just German.
No, I mean,
Do you know what he called the referee on the touchline? He threw that ice or something,
ice pack,
and
yes.
he was shouting something in
Right,
German. Do
right.
you know what was he saying to the
No,
referee? He was
no.
calling the referee a miscarriage.
No, I don't understand. Like, uh, if you see to a match, I mean, if you've seen the match, but like Rudiger should have been gotten the red card. Like he had at least two chances. दो बार उसको मिल जाता red card. उसने ऐसे ऐसे fouls किए. And the way he was, I don't know how he misses. He not even in Barca match, but like in other matches also, I don't know how he just like manages to escape a red card.
No,
Uh,
that was with I think that was with Casemiro as well, right? When he was in at Real Madrid.
but he did get his fair share of red cards.
No, he never got a
Oh,
red
sorry,
card.
sorry, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's what.
I was
But came
Ramos
to
का
the
बात बोल
Premier
रहा था.
then he came to the Premier League
Yeah,
and our English referees.
yeah,
They gave him a red card for not even doing anything.
yeah. Though I was thinking about Ramos when तूने जो वो बोला था,
Yeah,
but yeah,
Ramos.
yeah. But yeah, man, that at least I can say there were two instances जहाँ पे we should have gotten a penalty. One where Kubarsi was pulled, and the second one Ferran Torres because लगा था वो. I mean, ठीक है,
See,
impact में
I am skeptical. It was a 50-50 call, I guess. The Ferran Torres one that you are saying.
कुबारसी है. कुबारसी वाला तो होना चाहिए ना. वो literally उसका shirt midway through pull हो गया था.
No, oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, even about that. See, there are two things. Okay, if your shirt is being pulled, but you are also pulling the defender's shirt, then it's not a penalty. Like that's a rule. So
Okay.
the
But what
defender.
can you do? Because you're on the lower level, right? तो तू
No,
तेरी तरफ से तो
that
जाएगा
is
ही.
that is the rule, because I have seen even 2 or 3 times United not being given such penalties. Then I read up on the rules, right? So it says that if the defender is pulling your shirt and you are also pulling the shirt of the offender who is pulling your shirt, then that's not considered a
Offender.
foul. So
Yeah, but ठीक है. If you come back to the Ferran Torres wala, there
yeah,
was no contact with the ball.
it was 50-50. I mean, then you have to leave it on the referee.
No, but
And
then
see,
there
the
was
thing
no.
is,
हाँ,
the thing is, Real Madrid did put the referee under pressure
हाँ.
a little bit,
नहीं वो तो.
because
Yeah.
before a game, if referee is the talk of the town, then you have to feel for the referee as well.
No, that was
He's
pretty evident. That was pretty evident. वो जाके बात कर रहा है with all of the people. Like whoever
yeah,
comes up to him, he's just talking and explaining. You're a
explaining.
referee.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a referee. You don't need to do that. Your decisions are
So
final.
I personally feel La Liga should have changed the referee. Now, in
Yeah,
hindsight,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think La Liga should have changed the referee, because if the referee has become the talk of the town, he's already under pressure, and you are refereeing such a high voltage match. So you should have just changed the referee and you know got away with any accusations of the referee being under pressure or wrong.
But then La Liga. No, I mean La Liga won't do that because like RFEF करेगा वो. But then the thing is like you never know like क्या हो सकता है. You never know. But the thing is कि referee was under pressure. वो clearly उसके interaction से दिख रहा था.
Yeah,
But
right.
also like I really believe वो Ferran Torres वाला तो था because it doesn't depend on the impact. Clearly his feet touched his feet, Ferran's feet,
Hmm.
and then he lost balance. तो एनीथिंग दैट योर फिजिकल कांटेक्ट हो रहा है वहाँ पे एंड यूर लूजिंग बैलेंस इट्स नॉट इवन पुलिंग तो आई फील एक पेनल्टी मिलना चाहिए था इन वन वे इट वाज अनफेयर सो आई
You
एम
won
नॉट
the match, right?
यार
You won the match, right?
we won the match and we are
So why
proud to
is
say
that?
we won the match with all of these fuck ups
Ah,
so I'm very happy कि okay there were issues if like people say that तीन penalty मिलनी चाहिए थी दो penalty मिलनी चाहिए थी it's okay we won the match fair and square Barca won the match there is nothing against Barca so that is another point of happiness but honestly like, I mean अगर वो मैच अगर तू मान ले एक्स्ट्रा टाइम तक भी जाता then also I was like towards the second half of the match like I mean Madrid had like a good uh, tempo for from the 45th minute to around your 60 minutes or something like that but system is the main thing last time. When you have a system versus you don't have a system, it's clearly like in these crunch matches, may individual talent can only do so much. Even though it has done, like we can see that, but still. But it was good for us. Second El Clasico.
lastly, I want to talk about why Lamine Yamal should be banned. I
I
mean,
know.
man,
तूने बोला था उसके.
his fashion sense, man. I mean, you look at that pic. Who is advising him on his fashion? I don't know.
He's just
Man,
17. 17 साल का लौंडा है यार. But that pass, bro, that pass
no,
to.
see, but I'll tell you something, okay? I'll just throw a wind of caution here.
Uh,
You guys are hyping up Lamine Yamal so much, no?
uh
Like, arey,
Star boy.
Messi region and all that stuff.
See, I'm
Ballon
not doing it. I'm not doing it. Other people.
I'm talking about people in general, right?
Yes. Yes.
उसको मेसी रीजन बना दो 17
Hmm.
साल में बैलेंडे और दे दो ये वो ठीक है बट यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल बिकॉज look at what happened with Ansu Fati. He was also being considered as the next big thing in football. He dropped off completely.
Oh,
So you have to give that guy. I mean, see, no doubt, he is the best 17-year-old player I've ever seen in my life. But you'll have to keep him grounded. If you start comparing him to Messi and Ballon d'Ors from now on, so he might fall off. So you have to keep that in mind. I
grounded
mean,
wa
no doubt.
grounded वाला जो चीज था ना, like absolutely correct because he is first generation Spanish. His
Yeah,
parents were immigrants.
Yeah.
So when like तो अगर first generation Spanish है, you will have that tendency to like party like Ronaldinho.
Yeah,
And if
exactly.
that happens around like from 3 years from now, so it's quite like अभी ठीक है वो flair है that momentum you have.
You see Neymar, right? Neymar.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, he was such a talent, but I mean, he dropped off for a number of reasons. But one of those reasons was also that he kept football. He started to throw football as his second priority. His
Hmm.
first priority became other things.
Hmm.
So that is what you have to avoid with fame.
I mean, with Brazilian people, like वो तो आता ही है, but I really hope with all of the, I mean, ऐसा अगर coach रहेगा, I mean also that day Inter का जो you had the last practice session before the
Mm,
match, उसमें
mm.
around 5 or 6 players were late. Hansi Flick was super annoyed. वो video आया था, and Lamine was one of them.
No,
तो वो लोग
German coaches are strict.
या तो
Heard
वो
that.
तो like 5-6 people were like एकदम lazy jog कर रहे हैं and गावी को suddenly click हुआ अरे हांसी फ्लिक इज जस्ट देयर तो वो सबको बुला रहे हैं जल्दी आओ जल्दी आओ so Lamine Yamal was one of them so हाँ I mean you yeah what you saying is absolutely correct that needs to be done grounded रखना important है
Mm. Yeah.
yes
Cool. Staying on the Lamine Yamal topic, let's now review the Barca Inter first leg. What was that, Chiranjeev? 3-3 in the very first leg. How many more goals do we see in the match?
see in San Siro I don't know like I was already skeptical about Barcelona like in the
So do you
home
think
match.
do you think the pressure has, or is the pressure beginning to catch up with the Barca team?
Not pressure. I think fatigue is catching
Yeah,
up.
fatigue and pressure. That's what I
Yes,
meant.
yes. I mean, pressure can be because of fatigue or both. Because मैं pressure का इसलिए क्यों नहीं बोल रहा हूँ? Because this Barca team is like we will concede goals, but तू दो मारेगा तो हम चार मारेंगे. And
Yeah.
this has been happening throughout the season. इसलिए I'm not talking about pressure that much, but fatigue. It was like mentally भी तू tired हो जाता है ना? Like कितना
Yeah.
and तू El Clasico खेल के आ रहा है. All of
And it's
that.
a young team as well, relatively.
Young team, like 17-year-old Kubarsi. We forget often कि like how can a 17-year-old में तू 11 में था, मैं 11th में था. Honestly, 10 से आके 11 में आ रहे थे. तो just imagine अपना pressure वही होता था कि coaching करना है, marks लाना है. This guy is playing UCL, that to semi-finals, and like, uh, see, I feel it'll be much more. It'll be twice, 2 times difficult as the home match. But we need an early score because पिछले मैच में ऐसा हो गया था like Barca played really well. They were dominant throughout the game. They were like kind of you can say dominant because possession based on
See,
possession I'm saying.
I'll tell you one thing. I think when Inter scored two goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they were 2-0 up,
Mm-hmm.
they shot themselves in the foot a little bit because they should have slowed down the tempo of the game.
Right. Oh.
But they did not do that.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to manage the game, right? You are
Mm-hmm.
playing against Barcelona at Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have, if you are 2-0 up, if you find yourself 2-0 up at a away ground and you're playing against a team like Barcelona, you have to slow down the game. You have to manage the game. Play haram ball at certain points of the match. So
Yes.
the main goal is winning the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they did not do that. They kept on playing in that high tempo. And if you're leaving spaces for a team like Barcelona, then you will get punished for it.
No,
So
I mean they switched to their 5-3-2. They did
they did,
to
but the tempo was not slowed down.
हाँ.
Like they kept playing in that high tempo.
Yes, because like उनका system ही ऐसा है ना तूने वो देखा होगा like their midfielders become their
Yeah, defenders.
defenders
Yeah,
and defenders become and
defenders.
Dumfries has an exceptional game. He was like prime Cafu, prime Dani Alves, prime Cafu कुछ भी बोल ले.
Denzel
So
Dumfries.
yeah, but like and Lautaro got injured. So
Yeah.
like they had a really good game. I'm not taking away the credit from them, but like Barca was overly like overall Barca was good. Like they were dominant with possession. That's why see मैंने तेरे को एक पहले बोला था कि I mean long back I think कि अगर एक टीम ट्राई कर रही है ना आई थिंक सिटी के मैच में बोला होगा अगर एक टीम ट्राई कर रही है देर क्रिएटिंग चांसेस देर जस्ट नॉट एबल टू गेट अ गोल इवेंचुअली दे विल गेट वन एंड दैट केप्ट ऑन हैपनिंग तो दैट्स व्हाई माय होप्स वर देयर
I
तो
mean, That's true. I'll come back to this point
Hmm.
at a later discussion. We have something else to discuss, right?
Yes.
I'll get to this point that if a
Yes.
team keeps creating chances and does not get a goal, what happens? Yeah.
I already know क्या होने वाला है. But again, like Lamine Yamal, bro, that goal,
He was
like तू
he could have
like
he hit
defense
the
कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
crossbar as well, right?
Huh? What?
I think he
Yeah.
hit the crossbar as well, right?
He hit the crossbar two times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He hit the crossbar two times, but it was mostly once before the goal and once after the goal.
Yeah.
And after the goal वाला तो कितना सही था वो. He like almost काट के like
Hmm.
inside आके वो पूरा like he wanted to do it. Messi I think scored one goal like that, but उससे obviously उससे नहीं हो पाया वो. But that goal, like defense could not have done anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Defense could
It
not.
was magic.
I still think the goal against France was a little bit better in terms of flair, but this one was like pure.
Yeah,
Like उसको लगा कि like let me take things personally,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
And
then
we talk about Lamine Yamal and all those guys, right? But one character we forget who is giving, I think, extraordinary numbers for you, and that's Rafinha.
Rafinha. No. He
How many
deserves
goals and assists does he have, man?
fully deserves a Ballon d'Or conversation.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, if not the winner, then at least in the top three, though, for sure,
Totally
for
like.
what he's doing. And to imagine he was playing at Leeds United a few years ago.
I mean, La Liga में like he has 24 goal contributions, and this one इसमें 20 है. UCL में
And
20 है.
the Champions League, he has a lot, right?
हाँ 20 है. Goals भी 12 है, assists 8 है. तो like Rafinha will do something towards. I mean, he did not have his best game, mind you. उसका like it was not even close to his best game, but he made it happen, and
So let me just ask you, right? Who so there are rumors that Marcus Rashford wants to join Barcelona, right? So if that does happen, so where does he play in the left wing?
yeah, of course.
So who would you sacrifice?
We don't have to, right? Because we don't have a left winger. We don't have a traditional left winger.
Oh,
Ma,
you
Rafinha plays in left wing because Balde comes in, so he's an inside winger, inside forward. Sorry, so it's
so would
good.
you take a player like Marcus Rashford at Barcelona? Is
I
what?
personally won't like, but मैंने ये पहले भी बोला है कि Flick ने अगर gives his approval, तो I am fine with it, no questions asked. But then
Okay.
again, like Flick तो भगवान नहीं है ना. But he also gave his approval for Olmo, and then Olmo made us win one of the like Olmo made us come back from one of the worst like almost we were at the losing point of La Liga games. Olmo ने बचाया like he has first blood लाया है वो उन matches में. So I think Flick can manage, but also like he can act as a super sub also ना कि
Yeah.
system में प्री सीजन होगा वो सब होगा. Then we'll see.
Yeah. And we'll not ask for much. Just give us 60 million and you can have Marcus Rashford.
That is entirely debatable. But Marcus Rashford अगर आएगा ना तो he probably will have something to prove if he comes
Yeah,
to a
no,
different league.
he's doing well at Aston Villa also, right?
No, I
He's
was
at
about to ask you, like, how good is he doing there? Is he?
yeah, he's doing good. So see, he's a confidence player. So there are many players who, if they are not playing or they for some reason they are not confident enough at that point of their career, they are very very bad. And if they are playing with confidence, then they are one of the best players in
Hmm.
that particular league wherever they are playing.
Hmm.
So Marcus Rashford is a player like that.
Hmm.
So at United, for whatever reason, I don't know, because of that constant scrutiny on him, right? So maybe he lost his confidence. That is why he was not playing good. He went to Aston Villa, a little less scrutiny, a little less eyeballs,
Hmm.
a little more freedom. So he completely turned into a different player. So I think
Good
he's
for
a
him.
confident player, and I think he'll be good for Barca. Why I tell you is because I have seen that even with Antony, right? Antony was, I mean, I would not say was, I think he is even the worst pound for pound signing that we have done in a very long time, right? So, but for us. But he has gone to Betis now, and he is tearing up the league over there.
Hmm.
He's tearing up the, you know,
बेटिस के हर यूट्यूब वीडियो का ऑफिशियल जो यूट्यूब वीडियो चैनल में आता है एवरी थंबनेल इज एंटनी.
yeah. And just to give you an example of how he's playing, right? Anthony has never used his weaker foot. He has a strong left foot and a weak right foot. He has never used his right foot. I've never seen him use his right foot for anything at United. In the last game against Fiorentina, he scored a goal with his weaker foot from outside the box against David De Gea. David
Outside
De
the
Gea,
box.
David De Gea after the match said, "I have." He also used to play for United, right? When we
Hmm.
signed Anthony,
Hmm.
David De Gea himself said in an interview after the match that I have trained with Anthony more than 1,000 times, and he has never used his right foot. And to see him shoot with his right foot, I was pleasantly surprised, and I was so surprised I could not even move when he scored that goal. Means it is so shocking that Anthony has started using his left foot also. So that's what I'm saying. This is the reason why I think for Marcus Rashford, Barcelona would be a perfect setting, because La Liga is a little bit more tactical and technical, right?
Hmm.
And Marcus Rashford, I think, will thrive in that setting. Same as Anthony. So the physicality is a little less. It's more technical. So I think he'll be a very good signing for Barcelona if they do sign him, because I have seen that player right over the years. I think he'll be good in that setting.
Yeah, I mean,
Is particularly good when his supporting cast is good. So when we had Anthony Martial, Pogba, and Marcus Rashford playing in the same team, I think it was under Mourinho, and then even under
Ole.
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 Yeah. So that time Marcus Rashford was thriving because he had a good supporting cast. So he'll get the same supporting cast at Barcelona as well, right? So I think he'll be a very good signing for you guys.
I hope so, but also like, I mean, Barca won't overpay. This board is not going to overpay, but
Overpay as in what is the valuation you consider Marcus Rashford to be? Like how much would you be happy if you paid for Marcus Rashford?
not more than 40. 40
Yeah,
is
I
fine,
mean,
I think.
see,
Max you can do is 45.
yeah. So see, Marcus Rashford is our academy graduate, right?
Hmm.
So whatever you pay for him will be booked as pure profit.
Hmm.
So, and by seeing the way United run their business, if we are able to offload Anthony and Rashford for a combined fee of 80 million,
Hmm.
so 40, say 40 or 35 for Anthony
Hmm.
and 45 for Marcus, then I think they will sell both of them.
So you're saying like you want to sell Antony, not give a chance again?
No, 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 no. Of course, not give a chance.
Why?
Not at all. No, he is not cut out from the Premier League. So Premier League, right? It's more physical, and Anthony is not cut out for the Premier League. See, you see him play at Ajax, right? Anthony before he came to United, you see him play at Ajax. He was a different player
Hmm.
because Dutch league is not physical. It's a little more technical,
Hmm.
and even Ajax as a team, they are technical. Even at Betis is as a team they are technical, and the La Liga is not so physical
Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Premier League is. So these kind of players they thrive in those settings. So completely, I would completely sell Anthony, and I would sell him when he is good. So now, say suppose we take him back and he again starts underperforming,
Hmm.
then his valuation would also decrease, right? So right now his valuation is say 40 million. I think Atletico Madrid is in conversations with United, because Real Betis don't have the finances to buy Anthony, I guess.
Hmm.
So if Atletico buy him for 40 million, I'm hands down okay with it, you know, because
I
we
mean,
need
Atletico can totally buy
a
him.
striker,
Uh,
right? More than a winger, we need a striker, right? So we need to invest there. We also need wing backs, so we need to invest there. So
but okay, yeah, 3-4-3 will access. But Betis the probably didn't have an obligation to buy, no?
no, they don't have an obligation. No, they
But
will
are
not
they interested?
buy as well, right?
Are they
So they
interested?
don't have the finances to buy. So that
Okay.
is why I think some Betis legend, they were saying that if we have to kidnap Anthony, we'll kidnap him.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Ahmad is not injured now. No?
No,
Ahmad is
he came back. He came back.
he came back.
So
He
he was
played.
supposed to be out for the rest of the season, but he made a early recovery.
Hmm. Good thing is Balde also made a recovery, so we're
Yeah.
gonna have him. That completely changes our game. But yeah, we don't have Kunde. Most probably Eric Garcia would be playing the right back, which is quite unpredictable. But okay. And let's see. But yeah, so what were we talking about?
Barca Inter. So let's
Yeah.
quickly, do a preview of the second leg. What do you think? What is your final, score line that you're expecting?
Okay. So they don't have Lautaro, and I'm not sure if they have anyone else. But Lautaro, even without Lautaro, they did a lot last time. So I don't think.
Lautaro will be out for weeks, is it?
Yes, yes. So they don't have Lautaro, but without him also they like did pretty well in terms of pure scoring. So because उनका setup ही ऐसा है. So I feel I want Barca to win, but do you want like that biased prediction or do you want like a actual one?
No, I mean whatever you feel.
I mean for me both are
Your
same.
gut feeling is Barca loses, and please, I mean,
I mean I also see it going into penalties.
oh,
But
okay.
in terms of penalties, I think Inter might have an advantage. But
So okay, let me put it this way. Uh, do you think it will be a high scoring second leg as well, or
it will be.
it will be?
It will be. So I think Barca needs to score early this time because last time ऐसा हो गया था even though they were playing well overall I'm saying
Hmm.
ऐसा हो गया था कि इंटर स्कोर करेगी then Barca will score
Hmm.
मतलब ऐसा हो गया था तो but like they did not could not score one goal higher. I think they need to score. They need to. I mean, it should be. I think my prediction is 4-2 Barca.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. All right. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the other semi-final that we had,
Yes.
PSG versus Arsenal.
PSG
Before
versus
we get
Arsenal.
into it, let me just say to all the Arsenal fans, put a little bit more effort into your tifo. I mean, what the hell was that? It was just a red banner with a cannon.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are making a tifo, make a tifo that inspires your players. That the tifo that you put out, that image everybody had on their shirt, so it does not inspire.
I was going.
Like,
I want to say something mean, but like
no,
I'm just gonna say it. But
no,
how will they have that motivation to design one? They haven't been that much in this stage of the UCL, have
do
they?
that. Do you know
Yeah.
the last time Arsenal
Yeah.
were in the UCL semi-finals, who did they face? So that will make you feel old. Like that will make you feel. That will give you an understanding of how long back they were actually in a semi-final of the Champions League.
Hey, when was it? I forgot. When was it?
No, no, please do. Please guess the team they faced in the semi-finals. The last time they were in the Champions League semi-final, the team that they faced.
La Liga?
The team that they
No, no.
faced.
It was that team from La Liga.
Just give a random guess. I'll not tell you anything.
Um, I think they did like semifinals, right? So
Yeah.
I think they went once. Um, I'm just gonna say Madrid because they have been the most amount of times. But I'm pretty sure it's not Madrid.
It was Manchester United.
Oh,
In
okay.
2008, United won the UCL last. That
Okay.
time,
Ah,
Cristiano
yeah,
was
yeah,
not even signed for Madrid. He was still playing for Manchester United.
yeah.
So just imagine the last time they actually played in a semi-final, and even then they created a tifo with just the Arsenal logo on it. I mean, come on, man, you guys have to do better. And before the match, Arteta, he was calling upon their fans that you guys have to wear your kits, your boots, bring your passion. You are our 12th man. You will have to score goals even. But I think Arteta was relying too much on the fans to score goals.
Yeah.
That is why the players scored. I mean, come on. It was so anticlimactic.
No, I mean, so when they were in the semifinals last time, then 2008. So Manchester United won it,
Yeah.
and Cristiano
Then they
Ronaldo got
faced
the
then they faced Chelsea in the finals.
uh,
And then we won in the penalties.
and Ronaldo got his Ballon d'Or, and
Yeah, right.
and
Yeah.
that was the last time anyone from the Premier League won the Ballon d'Or. So
No, Rodri.
Oh yeah.
After that, Rodri won it.
But then that was pretty recent. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
उसके बाद तो भाई वो रोनाल्डो मेसी चला इतने साल, राइट? उसके बाद या
Yeah. Imagine if Rodri hadn't won. Ronaldo would be the last one until now to win
या
Ballon d'Or from Premier League. Damn, that's old. But हाँ, तू बता, तू रिव्यू दे मैच का, कैसा लगा तेरा?
Yeah, I think see PSG played football like how a team would
Should
have
play.
should play
Hmm.
at a away ground,
Hmm.
right? So that is the whole summary of what I saw in
Hmm.
that game,
Hmm.
right? Arsenal were maybe too overawed by that occasion,
Hmm.
but yeah, Saka was good. I think Saka was really good. He
Saka was
made
good. Yeah.
he made some dangerous runs,
Huh.
and Dembele, what a resurgence he's having, man. And he's also injured, I guess. So hopefully he'll be back for the second leg. I don't know.
No, he'll be
He,
back. He'll be back.
they are saying he'll be back. Let's see.
Yes.
That's to see. And see, PSG have a very bad record at UCL knockout games at their own home ground. Even we knocked them out after they were like 2-0 up on the first leg. We knocked them out in the second leg, something like that. So a few years back, under Ole only, I guess. So yeah, so they have a dodgy record at their own home ground. But I think under this manager Enrique, I think they will pull off a victory and play the finals. And see if it becomes a Enrique derby in the UCL finals, or I would put it this way: if it becomes a Dembele derby, so how would you like it, Chiranjeev? Imagine Dembele and Enrique coming back to haunt Barca.
I mean, I still remember that image of him smiling after scoring in the bench. That is the most. I mean, if ungratefulness had a face.
Yeah, I mean Barca paid 90% of his hospital bills. So
हाँ
yeah,
तो हॉस्पिटल में ही था इधर, एम्बुलेंस में पड़ा रहता था, वहां पे जाके ही इज नॉट गेटिंग इंजर्ड, ये क्या
yeah,
है,
yeah,
कहाँ का,
I
वेयर
agree.
इज दिस कमिंग फ्रॉम? बट नो, आई मीन pound for pound, I think PSG has the most accurate player setup.
Hmm.
उनको हर जगह में they have the best setup. And Donnarumma, like what a season he's having. क्योंकि
Yeah,
देख, Arsenal had more shots on target. They had roughly the equal number of shots. Arsenal had more shots on target, but
yeah.
Donnarumma's, like he is having his one of his best seasons, I think. Like we
And he's playing with the cut and all that, so
yeah,
full warrior vibes.
warrior vibes, warrior vibes. I think no, even if Dembele like doesn't come, I think it'll still be like it'll be good. It'll be like Inter without Lautaro basically, but still Dembele is unpredictable. वो बहुत unpredictable है ना. He can score with his left, he can score with his right. But I feel it going in front of in favor of PSG because why I think is Arsenal might have the tactics and all because PSG का भी है. Let's say like they have good players, they have good tactics in place. That's why they've come this far. Arsenal also have good tactics in place, but it comes down to experience and mentality at this stage.
Yeah,
It matters more. That's why Madrid has won, right? जैसे के तैसे भी करके तो जीते हैं ना वो लोग.
yeah,
Or at least last two UCLs. So I feel PSG have the higher ground and they can make it. And it's like, I mean, तूने home का वो stat बोला, but this PSG
yeah,
is different. I've never seen a
yeah,
PSG.
yeah. This PSG seems different because Enrique has
हाँ,
made hard calls.
I've never
In
seen a PSG this well oiled
Yeah, right.
in all
I agree.
departments.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and Enrique has been there, has done it. So
Yeah, true. That experience matters as well.
yeah, I'm only scared about PSG. I mean, I'm only scared to face PSG. I was not even that scared to face like which team did I say earlier? इनको मत दो बाकी कुछ भी दे दो. I was saying about this team.
I,
नहीं नहीं बायर्न तो हमने हरा चुका था बायर को, मैड्रिड को भी था, बट इंटर, या I was saying about Inter. So I can have the same opinion about PSG if we qualify for finals. PSG are a legit threat. I can see them winning UCL.
okay.
But yeah, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. Let's move on.
But wait, before we move on,
Okay.
PSG versus Arsenal second leg predictions. Batao.
Yeah, I think PSG will edge it out. I think it will be a 2-1 game.
2-1. So Arsenal will score a goal
Yeah.
across two legs.
Yeah, I think they will score a goal away at Parc de France.
Are we also expecting some Declan Rice free kicks?
I mean, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm coming to.
Talk to me about the midfield. ना थोड़ा midfield के बारे में बताओ.
So see, that is the thing, right? Arsenal, they are heavily reliant on their set pieces, right? So they are almost becoming a Jose Mourinho team. So very tall and physical players, reliant on set pieces. So I think that's what I think, that if Arsenal do score a goal in the second leg, it will be through a set piece, is what I feel.
Okay.
And if Dembele is back,
Mhm.
if he's not that seriously injured and he's back, then yeah, PSG will comfortably edge it out. I think 2-1.
Okay.
Because if it's already like they are already 1-0 up, and if they go 2-0 up on aggregate, I think
Mhm.
the pressure would be on Arsenal, and that will be too much.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Coming on to the next agenda, जिसके लिए तू बरसों से रुका हुआ है.
Yes.
United.
Bilbao this, Bilbao that,
We
and
not
we
it.
completely dominated Bilbao.
Yes. United versus
Completely
Bilbao.
dominated. 72% possession
Yes.
with 2.5 xg. This is what Manchester United is in the Europa League, not in the Premier League.
Harry Maguire masterclass where Harry Maguire played the best,
And
became the
okay,
best winger ever.
I'll just come to everything. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
let's
Yes.
first let's first talk about what Atletico did before even the Atletico. I'm saying what Bilbao did even before the match started. So before the match started, they put out a Snapchat video, and the title of that video was "Welcome to Hell." But they forgot who they are welcoming to hell. They are
The
welcoming
Devils.
they are welcoming people to hell who are already in hell. We are already in hell, bro. Who are you welcoming to hell? So we were at home. It was
Yeah.
hell, but we were feeling at home, right? No, just getting too giddy.
Yes. Yes. No. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's all.
but yeah, I mean, see, if you ask me, right, why can't United play like this in the Premier League? So there are two reasons. One is, uh, we are actually playing well in the Premier League. If you look at United games, right, we are creating a lot of chances. But the only problem is we cannot score goals in the Premier League. Like you mentioned a couple of minutes back, right? That if a team keeps creating chances, they eventually will score a goal.
Hmm.
Our problem is we keep creating chances, but we cannot score a goal.
Hmm.
That's our problem.
Hmm.
Even before the semi-final, we had a game against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they were reduced to 10 men, and after they were reduced to 10 men, we could score only one goal. We couldn't even score two
Yeah.
goals in the match. So
Yeah. So unpredictable.
yeah, so that is the problem. No, we cannot score goals. I think we are creating a lot of chances. We are playing well as well. We are playing well in defense. We are playing well in transition, but we cannot score goals. The end product is not there. So that is why we are struggling in the league, and somehow in the Europa League we can score goals again. So I don't understand how that is. Maybe it's the competition, maybe it's the occasion. I don't know, right? So that's the thing. And secondly, see, I feel I have talked about Spanish teams not having that physicality, right? So I feel United, they play in such a physical league, right, day in day out, that when they come to Europe and face Spanish teams, I see. This was the. I'm not talking about this is the case every season. I'm
Hmm.
just talking about this season. So this season, I think the Premier League has been at the peak of its physicality. Like every team is so physical this season,
Hmm.
right? So United, they have gone through that grind in the Premier League so much, no? So when they come up against teams that are intense but not physical, so at Bilbao is very intense. They are on your face all the time, right? Through their pressure. Even your Real
Hmm.
Betis, I'm saying, Real Sociedad
So
that we beat before this. So they were also very intense. They were, coming with high pressure. But because we are playing in such a physical league, that does not catch us by surprise anymore, right? We are able to manage that intensity that the team is throwing on us. So I think that is one thing why we performed well against
Mm.
Bilbao, when even most United fans did not expect us to do so well, right? So this is the premise of that game, but let me come to what happened in the game one by one. So yeah, so you started with Harry Maguire. I mean, that guy, man, you put him in defense, he defends well. You put him in the wing, he becomes Harry Yamal,
Yeah.
or I would say Harry Kamal. And then you put him as a striker and he gives you late winners. I mean, what can that man not do? He is Maguire Dino.
Did you see this coming few seasons back?
No, not a chance, man. I thought it would be better to sell him before this season started, because we already had so many players in defense. But I'm very grateful to Ineos that they did not sell him. Right. So, and yeah, so see, that's what Lamine Yamal, when he goes to sleep at night, he dreams of being as good as Harry Maguire in the wing.
Oh
There are
man.
three M's in football: Messi, Maradona, Maguire. For that. Anyway,
This is the banter we talk about,
ah,
by the way.
anyways, yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, but like Bilbao this time was very well rested. Like पिछले
yeah,
podcast में
they
मैंने
were
बोला
well
था,
rested.
they
Yeah,
rested 10 players in their La Liga game, and they were like
and
fully prepared.
two or three. See, Bilbao, they had conceded a total of 10 goals at home this
Mhm.
whole season. This entire season, only 10 goals at home, and we scored three in the very first half. So that was like complete battering, right? Let me come to the different things that happened in the game, but before that, let me just talk about Bruno, right? He does not get
Enough
enough
credit.
credit for what he does. Let me
Mhm.
just read out some stats. What the you will get, like, you will understand why I'm saying such things. He has created the highest number of chances in the third season consecutively. So before this season, he created the most chances in the Premier League. Before that, even, he created the most chances in the Premier League, and this is the third consecutive season where he has created the most chances in the Premier League
Mhm.
out of every player who play in the Premier League, right? Then he has the most goal contributions in the Premier League, second to only Mohamed Salah. Nobody has more goal contributions than Bruno Fernandes, right? This is one more stat. He has the most goal contributions in Europa League knockout games. He has 30 plus goal contributions, and he has played only 32 matches. So that is the impact he's having. And he has 9 more goal contributions than any other midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues. That means, in terms of goal contributions, he's the best midfielder in Europe. So that is the impact he has. And you will say, then why don't we talk about Bruno? The only reason we don't talk about Bruno is because he is playing in a under par United team. You
Mhm.
put Bruno Fernandes in any other team in the world, he walks into the playing 11, first of all.
Mhm.
And second of all, he is directly in Ballon d'Or conversations, as per me.
Mhm.
If you put him in Barca, if you put him in Real Madrid, if you put him in Man City, if you put him in Liverpool, if you put him in Bayern Munich, he hands down becomes one of the best players in that team, because his creative output is legendary. So that is the reason why he does not get talked about, is because United as a whole, they are underperforming, right?
Mhm.
So his contributions, they usually go under the radar,
I think
right?
अगर offense better होता, then he would have probably had way more
No,
assists.
exactly. That's what.
Mm.
That is my
And
point.
probably would have crossed Salah also.
Yeah, exactly. So the number of chances he's creating, right? So he has created even more chances than Kevin De Bruyne since he joined the Premier League.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is the impact he had. But we don't talk about him because the overall team is underperforming. So that's about Bruno, and that guy, he is so calm under pressure. If you see the penalty that he took against Bilbao, right?
Hmm.
The whole stadium was intimidating that guy before taking the penalty, and he calmly slotted it down, in the
And
corner.
with the calm expression.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So if I have to bet my life on somebody taking a penalty, I think it will be Bruno Fernandes hands down. He's so calm under pressure. Like,
He's quite
so that,
literally the face of United, no, Abhi? Because
yeah,
like
he's carrying United.
carrying
If
United.
if Bruno Fernandes did not play for Manchester United this season, we would be relegated. I
Hmm.
can say that,
Hmm.
because we are the only thing that did not have get us relegated this season is Bruno Fernandes, and that as a United fan is a very shameful thing, that I'm talking about relegation. So so yeah, that is the impact he has had, and kudos to him. If most players of Bruno Fernandes's caliber would leave United because they would want to win trophies, right? So
Wait, wait.
they would go on to better teams.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
But the character that he has to stay at United, to carry United and do in, day out, and enjoy doing that, that speaks a lot about the person he is. So yeah, so I completely get it. And the flack he receives from even some of our ex players, Roy Keane included, that I think is too harsh. You'll have to understand that Roy Keane, when he used to play the Premier League, right, that time the Premier League was a different gravy. That time, the demand of those times were different. The demand of these times are different. The players are different. How they respond to conversations are different.
Hmm.
If you put a Roy Keane in this United dressing room, the dressing room will fall apart, because
Hmm.
nobody likes to take that harsh treatment all that much, right?
Yes.
So,
No, I think,
players
but I was about to ask, has no one ever wanted to buy Iska, Bruno Fernandes all this time?
no,
Beats
so
me, yes.
he was never put on sale, right?
Huh.
So you'll have to be put. Maybe they inquired. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I'm talking about inquiries only.
Yeah, we never know, because if you don't put a player on sale, then what's
Up
the
to
point?
possible नहीं है.
So
But
if
honestly, like he can just walk into any team in
yeah,
the
yeah,
first 11, first
he's
11.
very good, man.
Hmm.
I mean, he's very good. So that's about Bruno. He scored, I think, that penalty, which gave us a comfortable.
Tell me,
Uh,
tell me a little bit about Garnacho. कैसा खेल रहा है? What is his output like? How is he performing overall?
Yeah, Garnacho, see, he has understood what he has to do. He's understanding a little bit more as to what he has to do in that Amorim system.
Hmm.
Before this, he was still stuck in being that traditional winger
Hmm.
in the 4-3-3.
That doesn't work out anymore.
Yeah. So now he is understanding his role in that number 10 position of Amorim system, and he is playing good. He is crossing the balls. He is going for goals a little less. He's
Finishing still has to improve. Like.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, he misses chances which should have been scored 8 out of 10 times. So yeah, that has to be better. Okay, now coming to the game. Let me talk about the penalty a little bit more. So they are saying the red card that the defender got was harsh, right? So let me just clarify one thing. There is a rule called double jeopardy rule in
Hmm.
football.
Hmm.
So what that states is that if a defender concedes a foul by denying a clear scoring opportunity, then it's inside the box, the referee gives a penalty,
Hmm.
right? That's fine. But that defender will not get a red card if that defender was trying to play that ball and then conceded the penalty.
Okay.
But in that is the double jeopardy rule. But in this case, the defender was not trying to play the ball. He was pulling Rasmus Højlund back. He did not even go for that ball,
Hmm.
the defender.
Hmm.
So the double jeopardy rule does not apply here. So the defender denied a clear goal scoring opportunity inside the box whilst not trying to play the ball. So
Hmm.
it was a penalty and a red card. I don't know what people are on about, that the red card was harsh. No, I'm just stating football rules. I'm
Hmm.
not even giving my opinion that, as per my opinion, it should have been a red card or not. It is just rules. I'm just telling
Probably
you.
they're not like most people are not probably aware of the rules.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the double jeopardy rule applies only when the defender is trying to play the ball.
Hmm.
So it was a clear penalty, right? And then let me also talk about Casemiro, man. The revival that he has had, especially in Europe. I mean, I think no Casemiro. There are certain players who are cut out for a competition.
Ah,
Casemiro is cut out for European competitions. I mean, he becomes prime Casemiro
yeah.
whenever we go to Europe, and it's a different side to watch, right? And his leadership. So when we were 3-0 up, right? See, I was talking about Inter. When they were 2-0 up, they did not control the game,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when we were 3-0 up, right? That time you could see who are the leaders on the field: Maguire, Casemiro, Bruno. So Dorgu and all those guys, no, they are young. So what they were doing when they were receiving the ball, they were again driving forward. They were trying to score more goals. But you have to understand, the you are at Bilbao and you are already 3-0 up, so you need to have more of the ball. Don't lose possession, right? So you could see them advising them to keep the ball, not lose it. So that is where the leadership comes in and
Mm-hmm.
experience comes in, right? So that was very important. So yeah, I mean, overall, it was a very, very good game, right? And I think we are getting to see what Amorim's football is all about. And I think with a little bit more summer signings, good signings, and I think, see, I think the signings that we made this summer under Ineos, they are good. So I'll tell you the signings that we made. We signed your Dillit. He has been very good.
Euro.
Euro, he's
Mm-hmm.
been very good.
Dorgu.
Dorgu was not a summer signing.
No, I mean, yeah,
So
yeah. I mean,
let's
yes.
leave out Dorgu. Let's only talk about the summer signings.
Huh, huh.
So Dilit, he has been good. Mazraoui, he has been good. Mazraoui, though, he has been a bargain. 15 million for a player like Mazraoui. Just
We
imagine.
wanted to get him once and we could not.
Yeah, and
So,
I cannot believe how did Bayern sell him for 15 million. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, how he got a player like Mazraoui for 15 million. Still,
Bayern sold a
defies.
lot of players that season. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah. So Dilit, we got good. Mazraoui, we got good. Lenny Yoro, we got good. Ugarte has been decent. And the worst signing out of the five signings, I would say, is your Zirkzee. But even Zirkzee, I'm not,
Hmm.
very much, frustrated with,
Hmm.
because he has been good before he got injured. He had been good before he got injured. So yeah, the summer signings have been good. Ineos, first of all, know what they are doing. So, and mostly Amorim knows what he is
Cameron
doing.
knows, yeah, yeah.
Right. So in the press conference also, he said that they spoke to him about Antony and Rashford. Right, they have gone away from United on loan and they are performing well for their respective teams. So they asked Amorim that you sold them. I mean, you sent them on loan to different teams, but they are performing there. So Amorim said that we would have kept them at United and maybe we could have got 10 more goals at this point, but that's not the point of what we are trying to do here. So if we suffer now, maybe in 2 years time we are on to good things. So we have to suffer now to be good at the future. So he knows what he's doing, okay, first of all. And second of all, I mean, he has a very clear picture of what he's trying to achieve. Why? Because he was asked, if we win the Europa League, will that save our season? Amorim said the only thing that winning the Europa League is going to do is give us a shortcut to Champions League football, and secondly, give us more money to spend in the summer. It is not going to improve. It is not going to improve our season,
Or
which
be
I
a
talked.
bandage on your season. Yeah,
Yeah,
cover up.
it will just be papering over the crowd if I say that it will save our season.
Hmm.
Nothing is going to save our season anymore. That this is what Amorim is saying. And to have a United coach speak in such a way is such a breath of fresh air, you know. And he also said that we should be judged based on our performance in the league and not in the performance and not through the performance of cup finals and cup
Knockout
games,
finals, yeah.
because cup games are one-off games. You can be good on that particular day and you can even beat any team in the world, right? So cup games are not really a litmus test on how good you are. The league performances are a litmus test on how good you are. So he has that clarity, and his priority is the Premier League, and that is such a good thing to see, right? So yeah, I think let's
He's
see.
not bullshitting. He's probably the. I mean, after Mourinho, he's the most realistic coach I think we've got.
Yeah, he speaks things as
No
it is.
nonsense, no
Yeah,
nonsense,
yeah.
and
So
believes in his philosophy. No nonsense, and he's getting like अच्छा है. It's positive for United right now.
Yeah, and
After a
he's
long
sticking to
time.
his guns. He's
Yeah,
sticking to his guns.
yeah. Like पहले कैसा था? Like, I mean, for a neutral, पहले कैसा था कि you see Ten Hag winning the FA Cup with City, right? But you still know that it's shit. This is better than like तू नहीं भी जीते. So there's clear progress for you to win in the long term.
Exactly. And see, Ten Hag, whenever he was questioned about performances, his answer was, "We have won two cups. We have won the EFL. We have won the FA Cup. We have won the EFL. We have won the FA Cup." But that's not the point. You
Yeah,
have to show that in the league. United cannot be 16th in the league. It is unacceptable.
right.
So yeah, that is what the thing is. So yeah, so we won 3-0 at Athletic Bilbao, and I think
You're back.
we the second no, not by a
Hangover wala.
hard stretch. I'm saying I think we are already in the finals,
Yes,
because I don't think we are going to lose by 4 goals at Old Trafford. I mean, that will not that is not possible.
that's
If
right.
that happens, then this is the last podcast we are doing. We are not doing another podcast. So yeah, that's not
This
going to
is
happen.
this is not going to
We
become a
are already in
podcast.
the finals. So let's quickly, before we end, let's talk about the other semi-final that we had, Tottenham versus Bodo Glimt, right? Let's quickly end with that, or
More than the
let's.
semi-final, more than the
So
semi-final, let's talk about like a probable meeting between Man United and Tottenham in the
so
finals.
before that, yeah, before that, I just want to say one thing, that Spurs, they are 3-1 in the first leg,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
There is a difference of 2 goals, and now they have to travel to the Arctic Circle to play on artificial turf. No,
Yeah, yeah,
seriously.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So anything could happen, and don't discount a second leg bottle job from Spurs,
yeah.
right? Because it's Spurs. With due respect, I mean, they may reach the finals and defeat us in the finals,
Yeah.
but still, I'm just saying of how Spurs has been over the years. Don't discount a second leg bottle job, right? And I wish they bottle it so that we face Bodo Glimt in the final and we are a little more comfortable, because I am, after this season in the Premier League, I'm very, very afraid of facing teams from the Premier League. I don't want to face them, because I don't know what happens with United against Premier League opposition. So yeah, so if Spurs do reach the finals, which probably they will, so that will be a very, very interesting match, because Spurs, they might win their first trophy. And Postecoglou, who is their coach, he said that he always wins trophies in his second season. So that's very
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That should be pinned.
And yeah, so let's see.
But
And if
they
we,
also have lots of players injured.
yeah, Son is injured, but I think he'll be back.
Okay, but Son is not in his best form, so
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's see. Anything can happen. So let's see.
so
Next week will be interesting as well, because
yeah,
we have second legs.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Next
a
week is
lot
going to
more.
be tougher than this week was for me personally. But
Yeah,
what do you predict for United versus Bilbao second leg?
I think it will be a boring game, because United will be pragmatic. I think it may finish 1-1.
I think it'll be 2-0. Let's
Two
see, 2-0 United.
to United.
Uh, Home
I
ground,
mean,
right? You
yeah,
have
anything
that.
could happen. It's Old Trafford, right?
I'm just purely going on UE Europa League vibes. So
Yeah,
why not? Why not two goals?
I'm saying 1-1. You see, I never expected United to keep a clean sheet as well.
Yeah,
Away. So they have kept a clean sheet. So
yeah.
I'll
Onana.
not be surprised even if it is 2-0. So
Yeah.
yeah, let's see what happens.
So last on our agenda today.
Just before we end, let's talk a little bit about Liverpool winning the title, because
Yes.
then Liverpool fans will accuse us of being biased.
Yes.
So congratulations, Liverpool! You have won the Premier League. The
Yeah.
first time you have won the Premier League in front of your fans, because the last time you won it, it was behind closed
Still
doors.
some salt. Still some
So
salt.
so yeah, no.
No,
So
deservedly so. All
yeah,
credits. Due
deservedly,
credits.
and I think credit goes to Jurgen Klopp as well
Yes,
for
definitely.
assembling this
But is
super
he
team.
going to be there? Is he going to be there in the
Yeah, he's
celebrations?
going to be there, but he'll not be on the bus. He
Yeah.
will be in the among the crowd somewhere. He said that at least. So yeah, congratulations, Liverpool fans. I mean, you have seen us lift trophies over the years, and I understand how you were feeling during that time. So I completely get it. No problem. We will be back because, as Alfred said to Batman, that why do we fall? We fall so that we can get up stronger. So yeah,
Yes.
don't worry.
Yes. But coming to one of my, I have a question. So this one, ये season purely was like Arne Slot carrying, taking off the reins from Jurgen
Yeah.
Klopp and getting Liverpool to where they are today.
Hmm.
Next season, with probably new signings, are they going to make new signings? I'm not sure, but what do you
भाई देख,
predict?
even if they make new signings, ये team तो यही रहेगा because Virgil van Dijk will stay.
No, what about
I
the
can,
midfield?
I mean midfield is fine, right?
Hmm.
Nobody is leaving from the midfield.
Hmm.
So only Trent is leaving. They have to replace Trent. So I think only that's the thing, and how they replace Trent, we have
They
to see.
already have a Conor Bradley for that.
Yeah, but he's not as good as Trent, right?
He's not
So
as good as Trent, but he provides some defensive.
yeah, right.
He's
So
better in
let's
defense.
see what they do. I mean, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what they do. But I really hope that Salah and Van Dijk and Trent would leave together after this season. But sadly, that's not the case. So let's.
Salah signed a 2-year extension.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yes.
He's probably going to
Yeah.
Saudi after this.
I mean, let's see, man. I mean, City winning the league did not hurt this much because Liverpool have also equaled our record of winning the league 20 times,
20
right? So
times.
that's another thing. And since they have won 5 Champions Leagues as well, I mean 5 or 6, I
Six,
don't
six,
know.
six, six times.
Six,
So
six.
they have basically like, no, I mean all of the records United stood for are probably, this one was the last one.
Yeah, yeah, and they have won 6 Champions Leagues as well. So sadly, I have to say they have surpassed us in the conversations of being the biggest club in England. But we will be back, as I said. We will be back.
Okay, so on that positive note, we will end it here, and hopefully we have lots of banter to talk about in the next episode.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Let's hope that we see a smiling Chiranjeev and not a sad Chiranjeev.
Also, let's hope that United indeed face Bodo Glimt in the finals. Okay, okay. See you in the next episode.
Cool,
Bye
cool,
bye.
cool.
Bye.
Bye.